It's the best way to see your city is by walking. You move much slower and you're able to then digest the buildings and see the details up close.
Historical architect Rick Cronenberger has spent many years walking the streets of Littleton.
If you start walking around Littleton Boulevard, you'll see these little businesses, these little gems, just kind of tucked away everywhere that were built by the people who lived here.
It's these gems that give Littleton Boulevard its character.
It represents every decade of architectural development in the city, starting from the 1880s all the way up to the present.
It's easy to see how architecture changed over the years.
The thing about buildings are they last a whole lot longer than people do.
But it's why the architectural styles change that tell a deeper story of the community.
As much as we might be nostalgic and enjoy the image of Littleton as an old-fashioned farm town, the Littleton that we see today is really much more a direct product of what happened in those years immediately following World War II.
The start of the Cold War ushered in a new era for Littleton.
Martin Marietta came to town and began the manufacture of intercontinental ballistic missiles. So all of a sudden, what was a small farm town became a town full of researchers, scientists, white-collar workers who were involved at the highest level of military research and development.
Modern thinking called for modern buildings.
Everything became new. People were coming and looking at modern buildings. They were shopping in grocery stores.
Increased mobility, fostered by the boom in automobiles, changed the way people shopped.
They were adding hundreds and hundreds of cars, and yet there were a very limited number of parking spaces downtown. And it was a major issue that drove the creation of these shopping centers.
Littleton continues to change with the times, but with no room to expand, planners are looking inward to see how to adapt what they have.
We've got a lot of places where trendy people want to go shop, they want to live, and we can preserve those places and still increase the economic benefit to the community.
Preservationists believe the timing couldn't be better.
Don't you love this mosaic?
Liz Eaton is an interior designer with a passion for mid-century architecture.
Mid-century buildings have a separate kind of vibe, a kind of excitement to it.
She says that vibe appeals to the younger generation today.
They are loving just the smooth, sleek lines, the simplicity of lines, just with a pop of color, and that's what mid-century did best.
And that bodes well for efforts to preserve these buildings for future generations.
We need to allow growth to continue, but we need to still recognize that there was a past, and it's important for the future generations to understand where Littleton came from.
But if we lose our historical buildings, we lose our soul. And these are really Littleton's soul here.